Now, with AI, you can make a lot of videos now, right? In fact, my video manager sent this to me the other day. Let me show you.
Yo, what's up, Vlad? It's Pac. I just had to tap in real quick. 11,000 members on the channel. That's love. That's community. Folks don't ride with you like that unless you keep it real. So salute for doing just that. Keep pushing, keep building, keep giving people.
So he's still alive?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. You didn't tell me.
Right.
Yeah.
And like recently, OpenAI announced that they're not going to do any more Martin Luther King videos because people had a whole bunch of Martin Luther King videos of him getting into rap battles. I think they had one of him like robbing a 7-Eleven, saying, "Oh, this is mine anyways," or just, he ran out. Some people I know were upset over it. I didn't really see a huge deal about it because it wasn't just being targeted with Martin Luther King. Like there was a bunch of people. There was like Stephen Hawking was like in a wheelchair, would be like having like swimming contests. There's Jesus, running on water. I saw fight videos with Albert Einstein. Some of these, Einstein's one of my heroes. So I thought it was funny, even if it was ignorant. Did you have a problem with the Martin Luther King stuff?
No, I'm sitting there applauding it, and I'm like, go ahead, keep shooting yourself in the foot.
What do you mean?
These AI people that are doing this, now you got people doubting everything they see.
This is true. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, go ahead, shoot yourself in the foot. Keep that up so people it will be like in fashion to reject all AI that does that. Please continue that. That's my attitude because we as humans like real. I mean, you keep taking us down this road to where we say, okay, enough of that bullshit. And we then will hopefully appreciate what is real on another level. Because, we've been looking at the train wrecks and all that kind of stuff, and it's been vying for our attention. So yeah, let it keep taking us down there and smack us in the face and go, no, let's get back to reality. Well, okay, get off your damn phone.
All right, but hold on. So, but when you're watching a movie, you watch a Marvel film, you're fully aware this is not real. You're fully aware this is all CGI. How do you see AI being incorporated into movies? Like, are you using AI in any of the movies you're working on right now?
No.
Not a single one?
No, it's not AI. No, I'll do LED screen. That's different. That's
completely
the
different.
Backgrounds are
completely
created
different.
or what have you.
AI is when you actually have people that aren't real people.
Yeah. So
that type of thing.
Yeah, and I know people like to freak out because, again, people who like to freak out are going to freak out over something. If it's not this, it's going to be something else. It's more an indictment of who they are than the reality of how threatening this situation is. It takes you a long time to build an audience and a brand. All right? Every major star who garners an audience is done so through several films, as presented who they are, their personality, who connects with someone. Fucking AI is not going to do that.
Well, okay.
It's not going to stop.
Hold on.
You don't have a leg to stand on right now.
Okay, so you're right some of the time, but you also have a lot of actors in their first movie hit the scene and become superstars, like Chris Tucker and Friday. When you saw Chris Tucker, you didn't need to see 3-4 more films to realize this guy's a star. You fell in love with the character at the moment you saw him, and he continued to be the exact same character in every movie he ever did, right?
Wrong. Because when Chris Tucker hit, the audience was united. People were going to the theaters. That's even really before all the blockbuster thing and all that. It was a
VHS tapes were out, Blockbuster was out.
No, hear what I'm saying. The audience was concentrated. You got streaming now. It's very difficult for somebody to unite an entire audience. The movie-going audience is fractured because of streaming. So you can't there's no such thing as a Chris Tucker right now.
Really?
No. Okay, what new person has done that?
Okay, what about hold on.
What new person in this day and age can pull in an audience like that on their first try? It's not possible. It's just not. Chris Tucker, you got to think. There's Money Talks. There's certain things.
I came later.
Came later. Later than what?
Friday was first. Money Talks was second.
No.
Yes, 100%. 100%. I'll bet my car right now. Let's bet cars. My car versus your car right now.
Well, okay. Well,
my car versus your car right now.
I'm not gonna do that.
Exactly.
I don't care that much about. But
Friday was his first movie. Money Talks was his second.
First movie.
Friday was Chris Tucker's first movie.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Let's just look it up.
It's not going to technically be. I'm sure he's done other smaller roles before then.
No, he did not. He did Def Jam, Def Comedy Jam.
Okay.
He did Def Comedy Jam. That was his first film.
Vlad,
okay.
Let me say this. Chris Tucker didn't come from nowhere.
You're technically right. You're technically right. He had an uncredited role in Meteor Man in 1993. In 1994, he was in House Party 3 playing Johnny Booze. I do not remember this character.
Mm-hmm.
And then 1995 was Friday, then Panther, then Dead Presidents. Then 1997 was The Fifth Element, Money Talks, Jackie Brown. 1998, Rush Hour. 2001, Rush Hour 2. 2007,
allow
Rush
me
Hour
to
3.
make my point.
He had a few small, tiny little parts in a couple of movies, but his first starring role was Friday.
What led him to the tiny little parts, bro?
He was doing stand-up.
There you go.
Right.
So you're gonna say there's gonna be an AI that's built up an audience through stand-up, and then goes into the
What I'm saying is
no. He wouldn't have got those movies. He wouldn't have got any of that if he didn't build up to that point. So if you think that there's somebody who's going to be able to create a Chris Tucker out of like this clear blue, then you got something that you're talking about. That doesn't happen. You're talking about an original person who anybody by his voice or whatever knows who that is. That's unique. So if you're thinking AI can do that, I disagree that somebody can come up. But my point being with this AI, which to me, you're really proving my point. We're connected as human beings. We have a fan base. There's people who was a fan of Chris Tucker before he got there.
right.
So I'm just saying, there may be the bartender in this movie might be AI. That's as the maximum I could imagine. Somebody goes, hey, here's a drink, whatever, thank you very much, and goes about their business. There's like 80 people like that in a movie. But replacing character that you identify with, you gotta build that up for a long time. You have to build it up for a long time. You're talking to an actor who knows actors who've had to build their career.
Okay, but look, you have in movies, you have CGI characters that people love that are not real people. They have a voice behind them that a real person possibly made, but sometimes you have different voice actors for the same animated characters and so forth.
Yeah. So
look, well, here's what I think, right? This is what I think. And this is a very sort of rough idea I'm working out in my head.
Yeah, it seems like you're just working it out.
I'm kind of working this out. I'm working this out loud.
Go ahead. Go for it.
Remember at one point, you and I are old enough to remember that if you wanted to create music, you had to get a group of people together. Someone had to know how to play drums. Yep. Someone had to play a keyboard, a bass, a guitar. And then if everyone was pretty good, you might be able to create something that's listenable, right? And then people started using synthesizers and so forth. And like, okay, now you could actually sit in your room by yourself and have a drum machine and, create everything and start layering the music and so forth. But the turning point came, I feel, between, because you still had to be a musician to play a synthesizer, right? You could play a traditional piano or you can get on an electronic keyboard. You still had to know how to play the piano, somewhat.
Yeah.
But then sampling came around.
You're right.
Most people didn't know how to use it. Yes, it's easy to loop something, but that's just a loop. That doesn't sound like nothing. Yeah. But then you had the standouts, the DJ Premiers, the Dr. Dre's, who actually took sampling and didn't traditionally know how to play music, never took music lessons, so didn't know how to play keyboards or anything else like that. But by using sampling, they created a whole new genre and a whole new art form that became the most dominant art form in the world, called hip-hop, based on sampling. I think the same thing will happen with AI. People are using AI in fairly lame ways now. You look at it, it's like, oh yeah, that's AI. But there's going to be a certain point where it's like, I can't tell whether this is AI or not. Because it's AI mixed with actual human interaction to create something that a person couldn't create. And I think it's amazing that you could create these movie scenes without having any CGI knowledge, without having a camera crew, without having a green screen, without having actors, without even knowing how to direct. I think you're going to start seeing incredible stuff in the coming years when you can't even tell it's AI anymore. That's what I think.
No, I would think that you would think that way, but again, like the music industry, you know how AI has ravaged that, right? But you also know that the music industry really makes money on touring.
Yeah. Well, they make money off touring and streaming. It depends on what side of the industry. The label makes the money on streaming. The artist makes the money on touring. That's kind of how traditionally it works in the major label system.
So good luck touring your AI artists.
But that's the thing. If you go to like South Korea, they have these AI characters and concerts, and people like show up to them and stuff like that.
Who knows about that? I don't know what's going on. But but again, I don't fear this AI stuff. I don't fear it at all because we're connected as human beings, and we want that connection. Again, like music is is a short form entertainment. So yeah, I think there's the alchemy that people can create these things, and I keep hearing these amazing kind of renditions of music. They've run this direction on it, but I don't think it's going to garner that big audience of like tour.
Oh yeah, here we go. I was actually right. So virtual K-pop artists in South Korea have held huge concerts. So a virtual character named Plave, a virtual boy band, has sold out major venues, including Seoul's KSPO Dome, for a series of concerts in August of 2025. And they're having an encore concert in November. They sold out a huge arena. And it was all just CGI and like stuff on the screen and so forth. But people actually physically bought tickets and showed up.
Okay.
This is going to happen everywhere at some point.
That's what you believe.
That's what I believe.
I don't believe it.
Okay.
Okay.